Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a couple of things to both of these guys right here. We're going to be putting a new motor in this guy, one more wheel speed, and then the Jeep, we're going to try to fix its drive shaft situation and the steering, modified and the frame and stuff. But I'll try to record as much as I can of it, but yeah. Alright guys, we'll change the plans on the Bronco. We're not swapping the motor out. I don't have a motor that is worth the crap that I want to put in it, so we'll have to wait on that for now. What we are going to do though, put the stock wheels and tires that came on it back on. Or not wheels and tires, we're just putting the stock wheels back on, but with the swampers. We'll be putting these all-terrain tires on the bullet holes, and we'll be putting them on the Jeep. So, let's see how it goes. Once you get these 6 screws out, you can pull this ring off. There's your front part of your bead lock on these wheels done. Take these other 6 out and this ring will pop out. And you should be able to just push this wheel out of this tire. There's your other ring off. I can just push this wheel out. Boom. Now we got that wheel out. You just gotta take this one apart, which is just 5 screws back here. And then we'll put these wheels in them tires, and I'll probably take the foams out of these tires too, because they're stiffer. And then we'll put the bullet holes in these all-terrain tires, and we'll put them on the Jeep. Now most bead locks you see are 3-piece. Both of these sets are 3-piece, they're just different design of 3 pieces. Alright, but 5 screws out, the center ring, we'll pull it out, just like so. And now you can push this other one out to the front. There you go. Now you just get that plastic ring out from inside the tire. There you go. There's your whole wheel. But see what I mean by different kind of style 3 pieces. You got your main piece here that both of these go in that make up your wheel. But on these, you have 2 bead lock rings, like a real tire would have. Pull this foam out, just because I want the newer foam in this tire. It's stiffer too. There you go. Now this one's pretty nasty because A buddy of mine that had it for me, he liked to hit about every mud hole and bit of water he could. This white sponge has done turned yellow, which I hate to put in a new tire, but it'll live. How you do that? Just scrunch it up like that. Just squeeze it inside the tire. Make sure it's inside the tire, by the way, both sides. And then from there, you can just kind of round it out. And boom, the tire's in. You'll shove your wheel in there. Both these wheels, make sure you get your bead right here inside of this inner ring. If you don't do that, the bead lock will fall apart. Not fall apart, but it'll start to fall out and defeat the whole purpose. See how it's got that inner ledge right there? You just want to feed that down in there. It's not going to stay, but whenever you start putting this top piece on, you want to make sure you keep that in there. So we'll now put our first ring on just to get this tire to hold itself together. Now don't tighten your first screw up all the way. Wait till you get your second one in and get it started. Tighten it up a little bit. Checking that inner edge to make sure your bead is fully in there. Then tighten your screws all the way. The tighter the better, because with a bead lock, after a little bit of run time, those screws will loosen up. In reality, if you're working with all metal, which these are not all metal, the outside rings are metal, but the inner rim is actually plastic. But when you're working with all metal ones, you need to Loctite these screws, otherwise they will fall out. I used to have a metal set before this, which I traded to my buddy to get these, and I did lose a couple of screws out of them because they would fall out. But golly, them wheels was a pain to put together. Took forever. Felt like I was there for hours putting them wheels together. Now these wheels I've taken apart and put back together several times. This was my buddy's rig. He took the foams out of these wheels just to realize his rig just weighed too much to have no foams. It was just going to destroy the tire and the wheel, so he took them all the way back apart and put the foam back in there. But now I'm going to put this rear plate back on, or ring. Just try to push down on it pretty firm. Make sure it's seating everywhere. Now all my holes aren't lined up, which doesn't matter right now. Just get that first screw in and thread it in there a little bit. And then you can align your bead or your ring, whatever. But make sure you align the hole that is straight across. Same thing, just tighten your screws up a little bit, check in that ring, make sure it's all seated, then tighten them up the rest of the way. not gonna bother recording doing the rest of these. I'm gonna go ahead and finish by putting that super swamper on the mag slot style wheel, and then I'm gonna finish these up and get back on the camera with you afterwards. It'll be the same process for this tire. Just wad that up like that. If you don't see what I'm doing, take your ring, push in one side, and fold it over sideways. And you'll take your tire, you'll stretch some of that lip out, and grab it from the back side, and kind of keep working it in until it's fully in there. Fully into that inner ring or whatnot. And then as soon as it's fully in there, you can space it back out. It's this one. Oh, okay, that's why. Didn't have it fully in there. There we go. Now she's in there. It's actually making that tire look a little bigger. I like that. I didn't like how skinny they were before. Then I just get this inner ring back in here, which is seeming to be a pain. God bless. This is putting up a fight. I'll get it in there though. Too far into this. Boom. There we go. Just had to keep working it. I know. I don't think there's any differences between the wheel sizes. Both 1.9s. And that both had a 4.7 inch tires on. Look at that. That's pretty period correct to a Bronco of this model. Yep. It seems I may not be able to put these wheels together in this tire because of how wide it is. That or I'm doing this wrong. That wouldn't surprise me either. I haven't taken apart this kind of beadlock before. It's just because this inner ring right here, these wheels have to fit in it, and they're not. So I gotta work that around as the front piece falls out. Ah, this is a mess. See if I can get one screw in there. No, not gonna happen. God. Well, that was a fail. It's probably copyright claimed or something, but because roadkill. All it's gotta do is touch like that. That's it. But this tire is too wide for it, I guess. Come on. Wow. Bet if I get some longer screws. I'll get back on camera when I figure this out. Alrighty guys, we got the wheel and tire at work. Nuts a little hard to get in there, but it works. She don't rub at all. Surprisingly, she almost does. If she's flexing, she gonna rub right there. But it's just time to do the rest of them. Alright guys, well I got all the wheels and tires mounted. And I took the spare off too and drilled out the hole so the wheel would actually fit on these spacers. I have to take like a pair of needle nose pliers to tighten it up the rest of the way. Which sucks, but it's whatever. And now I'm gonna start working on Jeep and putting its new wheel and tire combo on. Alright guys, JK. Jeep ain't gonna be in the same video. Jeep's gonna be a different video. He's already got like 16 minutes worth of footage after editing and everything, so yeah. Be posting a part two soon. See you.